Welcome to Tuesday Tink and Tonic. How you doing, fam?
Shit, we alright. We survived it out there.
Surviving. All right. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you. Understood. Understood. Understood.
Don't read
What's
in too
up?
much into it. Don't read too
That's
much into
true.
it.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Reflection of what's going on in my head.
Hold on, let
But
me adjust
Tuesday
this
Tink and
thing.
Tonic, we've done a few episodes now. I want to go
I
ahead and
know.
congratulate us because skipped a couple, but we still came through in the clutch. And we're still rolling. We're still we're still rolling. We're still rolling with the good info, man. The good chat. So, boss, question for you. Go ahead, tell the folks what you've been up to, and what's top of the mind for you. What we talking about today?
Alright, so the top of mind right now is finding a place to live. Or so I'm searching for an apartment right now. So definitely, going through all those websites, going to apartment viewings. It's moving time
What
in New York.
websites you using
So
for anybody that
Street
might be in the
Easy,
same spot?
StreetEasyApartments.com, uh, NY a Facebook group my friend introduced me to.
Mm.
Some real nice stuff in there as well.
Any luck in the Facebook
Yeah,
groups? You seen anything good in there?
not on this trip. I'm seeing a lot in the area I don't feel like living in. That used to be like it's Bed-Stuy, Bushwick, etc. But not a lot for where I am right now.
Should mention talk a little bit about New York where you are because I really actually don't really know it that well.
Oh, that's good. We in Crown Heights, which is literally in the middle of being gentrified. So
Mm.
we get a little bit of everything. We get like a huge Caribbean population. My sister always talks about this that when she was in Brooklyn, when she used to live here, Crown Heights used to be the hood, but it ain't the hood no more. Now it's like really
Mm.
popping in some areas. So for me, it's perfect because I haven't been in California, etc. Like now, I'm really happy to be around Caribbean people. I get to hear soca, dancehall, and stuff. Like I'll go in a store and everybody will have a Trinidadian accent. So it's a little bit of home away from home.
That's
Some
nice.
decent Caribbean food. But yeah. So I live in Crown Heights, definitely up and coming, close to Prospect Park. Um, Prices are decent. Uh, Towards like
What's decent?
you
Give
get the
us a
range,
range.
bro. So I mean, for me, I'm looking for a one bedroom or studio apartment. Could definitely get a one bedroom to studio anywhere from I'd say 17 to maybe 2,500.
17 to 25. Some folks out in like medium to smaller markets are like, good God. Right, that's
Uh,
pretty
my,
solid.
my girlfriend Shannon, she lives upstate, and when she hear in Albany, and when she hears these prices, she's like, Jesus Christ, she's been a fraction of that, and her place is huge. I'm not gonna lie, but you pay for the location, man. You pay to be in New York, you pay for the market you're in.
Three rules of real estate. What are they?
Location, location, location.
Yes, sir. That's
Facts.
it. That's it. That's it. Yo, I really appreciate too, like one thing you're saying that really resonates is like choosing a spot that that you said feels like home. That really resonates for me because
Mm,
that's been on my mind recently as well. Well, more than recent, more than recently, as there are too many. You can't find that type of like you're not finding that in Alabama. Maybe 45 other states. You're not finding that. I left five just in case.
yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong though. I don't know. Are
nah,
you
yeah,
finding
yeah.
that like Caribbean neighborhood? Like nah, bro. Soca, everybody
You,
Trinidad accent.
you you have to substitute in SF. You might have to go
Oh,
to the Mission or Oakland. I mean, I don't even know if they're in Oakland anymore. I'll be real. I think
they
Oakland's
ain't in the
gone,
mission
bro.
either.
I mean substitute. You could like you'll be like community adjacent. You'll just get a good Latino population.
Better learn Spanish. And they're so. I actually got a buddy of mine down in the mission. I was showing me around a little bit, and they are. That's old neighborhood. What I mean by that is like families know each other and like they know what areas. Bro, this dude, the various like I call them neighborhood groups that were there. And I was like
Mhm.
shocked. I was like, wait, what? He was like, yeah. 6 people just dropped, just got shot in my neighborhood there. I was like, what are you talking about? This is happening in like here? I was shocked,
SF?
bro.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked. He was like, yeah. I mean, a lot of people don't really know, unless you're from the mission, you know the mission. I was like, whoa,
I mean,
word. I
do you
mean,
remember that one time we decided to take that late night stroll through the mission and stuff? Yeah, well,
mm,
SF. I don't think I'll ever go out in SF again. Real talk. That was
yeah,
like one of only nights. I was like, yeah, I'm good, bro. Like that ain't New
yeah,
York, bro. You'll move from like a good like street with like a lot of people and like lit a block or two over. It's just homeless people shooting up. You
straight
remember
up
that dude on the corner that was just straight tripping? I was like, yeah,
tripping,
this is it. This is it.
tripping. Tripping. I remember walking down Market, which is the main street in San Francisco, like the main street, Market Street. And dude, there was a dude in the middle of traffic. Traffic had stopped, and I was wondering why. I saw a dude in the middle of traffic and nothing but a tutu dancing around. And I was like, only in SF. Only in SF.
I
They
want to
tell you
live in New
about
York.
Google and Twitter and X, Y, and Z, but they don't tell you about the needle on every step. They don't tell you about that.
Yo, everywhere. Also, I never see so much shit in my life, bro. I could have started like
Literally,
a
he's
whole
talking about
Instagram
poop,
page for
poop,
shit,
human
for
poop,
human shit.
human
Human shit
feces
just everywhere, bro. You could have a four
everywhere.
thousand dollar apartment and there's a guy shitting on your front door. Facts.
40,
Just
45 to be
facts.
exact. 45. 45 and dude out here
45,
just
nicest
using your
building
front
you
porch
ever
for a
see.
toilet.
Yeah. You walk out every morning, they're washing that shit down, your shoes wet.
Yeah.
Facts. You paying $4,500 to step in shit.
Um, I don't know where you're seeing people washing anything, but all I see, it stays there for a few months, minimum a few months. But let me tell you a few things I'm
Shit.
seeing in the overall market. Let me tell
Sure,
you a
sure.
few things
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
seeing in the
listening.
overall
Excuse me,
market.
choose a Tink and Tonic. This is tonic. Anyway, yeah.
And this is Tink.
Cool.
I don't have a cup. I had to come up with something. I mean, it can't be Tuesday,
Cool.
But yeah, Tuesday Tink and Tonic. We got the tonic, we got the Tink, and it is Tuesday, so we are in alignment, my friends. But yeah, I was gonna tell you. You said what's top of the mind. You're renting now, New York, Brooklyn to be exact, and you're looking around. I say Brooklyn because I don't know Crown Heights. I don't know what that is, but I know it from like songs. I know it from songs and whatnot. But I'll tell you what trends that I'm kind of seeing. A lot of y'all may or may not know. I am a licensed realtor. I don't, and so I'm interested in trends and looking at what's going down. So these are a few trends I'm seeing, and I want to come back and ask you kind of what you're seeing in yours, like boots on the ground type stuff. What are you actually seeing, right? So what
Sure.
I see, all major markets, right? Like major market, class A markets, your New Yorks, your Miamis, your San Franciscos, etc., are all at an all-time high. And when I say all-time high, I mean like literally all-time high is what we're seeing. We're seeing, and even moratoriums on rent has not ended yet. In fact, let's see here. I got a little blurb right here. The federal moratorium that ended at midnight on January 1, 2021 was immediately extended to January 31st. And President Biden and the CDC extended the federal moratorium through March 31st. And then after the inauguration on January 20th, $1.9 trillion $1.9 trillion American Rescue Bill was passed and signed into law in early March. Another piece to keep in mind here, in late breaking news on March 29th, it reported that the CDC had extended the national eviction moratorium, so another moratorium, through June 2021. Now, what does this mean? I mean, like, it's pretty critical. I don't know if you want to speak to it, bro. Like, just like layman's, what do you think what impact is that going to have when you have this essentially giant two lumps of essentially moratoriums? Like, you can't charge. People are living there for free and they can't charge. If renters don't pay, that means landlords aren't getting paid and landlords aren't getting paid. That means banks aren't getting paid. And renters can't be evicted and landlords can't be really held responsible. So what happens if we release, this all releases, and then people got to all of a sudden pay up?
I mean, truth be told, this is the dam that hasn't like this is
Damn,
the
good
other
word.
shoe, you know, like this is the dam that like people kind of forget about because we're all like, oh yeah, people out like businesses, you know, like restaurants and bars and everything are bouncing back, but this is
Mm,
like the real underbelly, you know. I mean, I'm renting and everything, so I see, you know, like prices, like you know, one of the things I was going to talk about is that there are like a lot of concessions right now, not as much as last year during like this same time. But there are tons of concessions, and that's because people want to like fill these places up and get money back in their pocket as soon as possible because they got bills to pay. But there are some people like there's still a lot more apartments that are occupied that won't be very soon. You know, like I don't know where those people going. Like everybody's gonna try to get their money back somehow. They're gonna have to get their money back somehow. That's what's up.
and when you say concessions, you know, what are you seeing in your market?
All right, so my market, what I'm seeing is about 3 to 1.5 months off. So,
You just
you know,
said three?
three, bro.
Wait, hold up. Did you just say 3 months off? I don't,
Three
yeah,
months off.
word.
So
Wow.
that's dropping your like shit real low. Like you get 3 months off, like your net goes down so much.
I
And
mean,
that's
that's
now
huge.
like last year people were getting even more, you know,
During COVID, yeah. Well, it's
during
still, I guess,
COVID.
technically during, but last year after March.
After March, yeah, people get more. I know a guy basically he's paying 12, maybe 1,600 less for his apartment now. He locked that in a 2 year lease. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna lock this in a 2 year lease, you know, one time. So he's good.
Mm,
But yeah, because people didn't know what was gonna happen. But yeah,
smart,
you get
smart.
1.5 to 2 to 3 months off right now.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. 3 months, that definitely changes the math. You got some people that are going to be like, yo, let me look good for a minute. Yes,
I
just
mean,
real
I'm one of those
quick.
people. Real talk, like I'd be looking at places where I was like, yeah, I couldn't afford this if I wasn't getting 2 3 months off.
No, fair enough. So that's really interesting. For them to be doing that, that means that the balance sheet is looking real tough. It's looking real tough. Man. All right, cool, 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 cool. So other piece here to see trends that I'm seeing. Um, we talked about the moratoriums. Uh, Obviously, interest rates are still like around three. That's what I'm seeing around three. Obviously, different nationwide, but I'm seeing around three, which is crazy. You're looking at demand all time high, like in terms of like people really looking, but not all demand, right? Family homes, demand for more yard and landscape, demand for more space, that's going up, but not demand for like condos in the city, right? So I'm
Mm,
curious, not demand for like
I'm
condos in
seeing
the
that.
city. You seen that too in New York?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've had a couple of friends that, you know, during this time they decided they're gonna leave New York, you know, like
Mm,
it's time to get a house and get a land. Like the suburbs are like popping. Even Brooklyn. This is why Brooklyn's prices are like bouncing back because people are kind of leaving the city and coming to Brooklyn now. People that left during COVID and want to come back, they're like, nah, we don't really want to be in the city anymore. So you see like you know, like
mm,
Brooklyn is this spot, like people are coming, but also you have New Jersey, like people are moving to New Jersey and buying houses in Jersey. You know, I mean, my friends moved to Pennsylvania, moving upstate. Um, yeah, so you know, like
that's
there's a
wild.
lot less. I don't know. That's what's changed. You know,
Yeah,
a lot more people like got their fill of the city and packed spaces. I don't think anything will ever be as packed as it used to be. You know, because that trauma's at the back of your head, regardless of what you know, vaccinations or whatever. People just will
yeah.
always remember.
I think
Oh
that's a
shit!
great
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
I think that's a great point. I think that's a great point. I will say maybe until the next generation or two where we not they don't have that trauma, right? They forget.
Uh,
They forget. But I think I'm seeing the same thing here in the Bay Area. So you're seeing places like Contra Costa going up like 30%. Again, single family homes mostly. You're seeing places like Oakland going up less than that, but still going up like crazy. And then you're seeing like SF, the city itself, is actually for a minute condominiums were down, like were really dropping, and but single family homes were up, but not as up as they used to be. More like not even double digits, I believe. I got to double check the numbers,
So
but
single family homes alone are like bolstering the market right now. So
no
that's
question.
part of the reason why the market's at an all-time high because nobody's really buying apartments in New York. Like I don't know what they're
Yeah,
talking about, you know?
condos and apartments.
Yeah.
I guess they're both for you guys. Yeah, yeah, both.
So, yeah.
So I mean, definitely a seller's market. For how long? I don't know, because you gotta also really look at the huge one thing I wanted to touch on, bro, is is what happens when you look at mortgage rates all time low, supply low, demand for space, meaning outside of the city, low or high. And
Hi.
then there's a low demand for condos and small spaces inside of the city. I wonder if there are investors and people out there going the opposite, like going into cities and buying condos at an well, maybe not all time low, but buying condos lower than you would ever see them at any other time and locking them in at really low interest rates for like 30 years. So they're going to take a hit for the first part of that. But at the later part of that, they're now sitting on an asset that's going to, I mean, I don't, unless you believe the housing market is going to burst like a lot of people do. And if it bursts, what are we
It
talking
has
about?
to.
50%?
It has to. Like, yeah, have you been seeing what real estate, how real estate's been moving in Florida? Like, the market is like
Nah, what are you
obscene,
saying?
right? Like, at least luxury real estate that I've been following. Like, people are trading luxury real estate like Pokemon cards.